few years ago, when the Cruisers Cantius 48 was first introduced, I reviewed it for YachtWorld. Today, we're here to test it and review it for a video on boats.com. And you know, every time I see this boat, it reminds me of just how innovative it is. In fact, let me quote myself here. At the time, I said that this boat was going to set design trends that would last for years. Well, it's been a few years since then, and guess what? I've seen at least a half a dozen boats that try and mimic this design. The Cantius 48, it's the original. So John, it's been a couple years since the Cantius was first introduced. What have you changed?
We haven't changed a thing on the 48. Due to the uniqueness and the demand of the 48 in the market segment, there has been no need for a change.
Well, haven't you had owner feedback from people who want this or that done differently?
We have, and how we handle that is anything that an owner wants over and above our standard or optional features, we handle through a special order request process to meet their needs.
So it's almost available on a semi-custom basis?
Absolutely, yes.
One thing that hasn't changed a bit, 360-degree sunshine, plus a huge overhead sunroof that opens at the press of a button. Another thing to love about the salon here is this beautiful table and these comfortable seats with ultra leather. Now hold on a second, with all these windows and the skylight, you might get worried. Is the sun going to wear on that ultra leather? There are sunshades for every window. You do have a wet bar in the upper salon, but if you want to get to the real galley, come down here to the lower cabin. Now let me ask you, how many boats can you get on, walk down into the lower cabin, and have enough space to do jumping jacks? And when I say this boat has a full galley, I mean a full galley. There's a double sink, 2-burner stovetop, microwave oven, and an upright refrigerator and freezer with aircraft locking latches. I love these, although I do wish these plastic latches were a little beefier. There's also a dinette in the lower cabin. And the great thing is, since the upper area is open, I can sit here and have a conversation with someone seated at the helm or at the upper dinette. A day head is accessible right across from the galley, and it's also accessible from the forward stateroom. On the port side of the stateroom, there's also an enclosed shower. The aft stateroom has a lot to look at. The first thing you got to take note of is the fact that it takes the full beam of the boat, so this is really a roomy area. There's a washer dryer right under here and a separate vanity. The aft stateroom has its own private head with a stand-up shower. You know, in a lot of boats like this, the mechanicals are really buried, but that's not the case on the Cantius. Look at this easy access to your air conditioning unit. And look under here. You can get access to the freshwater pump and the shower sump. You know how I know exactly what these pumps are? They're marked, just like every mechanical in the engine room and throughout the boat.
The transom storage on the 48 was designed in this particular area to handle 4 12-inch fenders, all your lines, cleaning supplies that you would need for extended cruises on a yacht this size. And to access that storage, you simply touch a button here and it goes up on an actuated motor.
Now that's nice, but wouldn't some owners prefer to have a garage on a boat of this size so they can carry a tender?
Well, we have had that request, but in order to accommodate a tender, what we have is we've designed in a high-low swim platform.
Oh, can you show me?
That? Yep, absolutely.
The Cantius 48 carries a pair of Volvo Penta IPS 600s in its belly. And let me tell you, those IPS pod drives, oh, it just makes the boat handle wonderfully. We cruised in the mid-20s. Look folks, we're running out of time here, and we haven't even talked yet about the roomy engine room, the big cockpit lounge, or the outside grill. The truth is, there's so much going on the Cantius 48, it's hard to work it all in. One thing that isn't hard, figuring out that this boat is a real original.